sprites, especially when certain sprites have their shadows covered. But we are underway, and Zero Rush starting at Link's house, grabbing that piece of heart in Link's chest. And in case you are all unfamiliar with the Overworld glitches, we do start with boots to make some boot clipping easier. And Zero Rush getting a tree pull. Futon scouting the island. And now Futon is headed up to one of the classic openers, Saha's Closet. With boots, you can just bonk the back right open.
Zero Rush with enough money now to get the bottle vendor real quick, which is nice. Once he goes, find some bombs to go into Kakariko.
Yeah, in Overworld glitches, you can see some runners may hold off a bit longer than usual in your standard, like no glitches seeds, to go to Kakariko just to see if they can collect things like hammer, powder, bottle, money, just to get all them checks all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is quite a lot open to our runners at the start, including all of the light Death Mountain. And Zero Rush here looks like he's going for the clip to Hobo. So we're going to see what's on Hobo. Meanwhile, Futon going straight into Eastern. I see a lot of people skip this place. So this could be, if there's something good here, this could be a big play.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I feel like most people don't really... most people prioritize Kakariko before going into EP at least. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, very few people will go to Eastern without the bow right away. Alright, so far picking up just a change of clothes. Meanwhile, Zero Rush picking up 300, so that's going to get him awfully close, if not to the 500 required for Zora. And Zero Rush going to pick up that heart container early in the game. You know, you're going to want them hearts.
Nothing in a big chest and swamp. And Futon with only one more check here in Eastern. Well, at least one more item. Yep, that's all 3 items.
Well, at least he can mark that off his list, and looks like he is headed up to the castle. And we've already got our Dark World access, Moon Pearl in Mini Moldorm Cave, along with those silvers. In Overworld glitches, we have many ways of getting around the Dark World and getting down to the off of Death Mountain, so Moon Pearl is all we need for access. And Futon checking Uncle, and looks like he's going to head for Escape. Zero Rush did not do Escape, just pulled Uncle. So it looks like Futon is getting some of the unpopular checks out of the way first to try to gain a good advantage, because a lot of people wait to have the mirror to route in Escape sequence, at least in the front. Because they can combine that with checking Pyramid Fairy.
Interesting that Zero Rush is going to the Zora area to check that waterfall cave with not 500 left. Not sure if he's hoping he'll find some rupees on the way there or something.
Well, he found 1 rupee.
Looks like he's just gonna check the ledge and then probably have to leave.
Yeah, may see a ledge check and then a Zora. No, not going to go for the Zora DMA. DMA is short for Death Mountain Ascent, so you'll hear me mention that a few times. And Futon is just about done with the front part of Escape, and Zero Rush is gonna check Bonk Rocks here. This is one of those free checks you get in Overworld Glitches. And from that, I believe it was a tier 3 tree pull. He's getting Zero Rush getting some extra bombs, and the bush crabs are also dropping bombs.
I couldn't tell what that was. And Lumberjack.
And Zero Rush is gonna say, well, I don't have a weapon, so I'll take a red meringue for now. Alright, looks like he'll be headed into Kakariko. Futon will probably follow the same path here. There is a DMA that you can do that you'll see some runners do, but they usually will come into Lost Woods from the south and DMA when they get towards the Lumberjack area, kind of doing a different, a clockwise loop in a way. And we've got a bottle in... Oh, and a hammer in Kakariko, so we can get that Sick Kid check off our list while we're here.
I'm also nervous that if Zora has something, that'll probably be Zero's last location, because he was just in that area, so there's no reason to go there, since he just now has 500.
It's not too terrible if you get the mirror to route in Zora. You can just jump down off the mountain and check Catfish and Zora at the same time. But Zero picking up the first sword of the day. So far, Kakariko looking like the play today's got some pretty good items so far.
Yeah, we see that Crystal's dungeons are Eastern and Hera, and then we have our green pendant being Desert.
And there's another 300 in the chicken hut. And Sick Kid is playing with some bombs. Breathing in too much gunpowder could probably make you sick. I wouldn't know. And looks like Kakariko's got all the money, so our runners are just going to rob the town blind. Just a piece of heart, so Zero probably not going to steal that. And is going to head into desert. No fire source yet, so won't be able to fully complete, but we'll be able to get at least the front done. And just as suspected, Futon is right behind Zero, doing the same checks here. So after Zero is done with the desert area, we'll get to see what his plan is. I would suspect maybe a Death Mountain play.
Yeah, because if they go to Death Mountain, they can check right side, East Death Mountain, so a bunch of items there in Paradox Cave. It looks like Land Mola has an item, I believe.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
And Zero Rush probably gonna go to Agina's cave.
Yeah, we'll see Agina in Cave 45 here before he takes his leave from this area. Futon may go to South Shore or could go to Mountain after this. Not sure what his idea will be, but both are valid plays at this point for him.
We see Zero Rush skipped Agina, actually.
Yeah, apparently the old man is going to get orphaned for now. Zero Rush is going to go take care of another old man. Alright, so Zero Rush going to do our classic Death Mountain ascent here. Going to do an up teleport across the transition so that we can go ahead and just walk on up to Death Mountain. And now all he has to do is fix the camera so that doesn't take forever and a day to load that cave, and gonna grab the old man. However, Futon is going to check Agina, so we'll get to see if this is something that Zero Rush left behind, or if it was a good call leaving this behind. Very nice. Oh. So, old man having that hook shot, that is a nice find. It does make things a little bit easier. We don't need it to get to the east side because we can already get there, but yeah.
And our players can now do a good old left side GT as well. Now that they have the hammer and the hook shot.
That is correct. We do have that. Alright, just a heart container on Spectacle Rock. Zero Rush has no need for that. I couldn't tell what that was. But it is apparently nothing of concern for Zero Rush. Alright, so now we go to the east and our Paradox Cave and Spiral Cave. Zero Rush gonna peek the island first.
Interesting that Zero didn't fall through a spiral cave first.
Yeah, that is an interesting setup there. But we got a sword and a lamp, so no dark rooms for Zero Rush, and Futon is checking Graveyard Ledge here.
Ooh, the bow.
Wow, we are getting pretty stocked early on in this seed. So Zero has a fire source. He can now complete Tower of Hera, and with the bow, he can complete Eastern. But it does look like he is going to go to GT here. So we'll see if there's anything good here. Can do, as we said before, full left side. Meanwhile, Futon's doing the South Shore, so we'll be getting that Moon Pearl very soon. So GT has a lot of potential to have items. It could also have a lot of junk. We don't know. So this could be big, or this could be nothing. We'll see. But with bow and silvers, we'll not have to do any alternate strats for Armos Knights in the basement there. And Futon making his way up to Ice Rod Cave. Looks like Futon is going to set up that water walk, so he will be going up to the Zora area as well. And at this point, he has the money, so we will see if Zora has something. Looks like he's going to give that hobo a check. Ooh, Zero Rush finding a glove. That's pretty good. And the flippers. So if those are required for Swamp, that's a big find.
You know, if Mire and TR aren't required, you could technically already be in go mode.
We'd still need
Oh,
Fire
yeah,
Rod for
Fire Rod
Skullwoods.
for Skullwoods, yeah.
So at minimum, we will probably need a Fire Rod. Alright, so Futon picking up his half magic, and gonna be headed over to Zora, so we'll see if there's anything big on the scam artist himself. Very cleanly done by zerorush, and let's see what else we got. So, Bicky not there. Bicky will be on the right side. So, we're going to need that Cane of Samaria.
And Zora only had a piece of heart. So zerorush is totally fine. Probably won't ever go by and check it.
But it looks like Zero is going to go ahead and clear out Hera here. Meanwhile, Futon gonna check King's Tomb. Let's see what we got there. Big ol' nothing. And zerorush enjoying a coffee break. Meanwhile, Futon is headed up to, let's see, probably East Death Mountain from here. Well, it looks like he's going to take a stop in Hera, find out that it's going to be fire-locked. Interestingly enough, that small key, not a lot of people do it, but you can actually hookshot or boomerang the small key if it's on the ground there. Only works with the small key, though.
It's like Futon wants that heart.
Yeah, not, you know, everybody has their own, you know, comfort level of where they feel like they want their hearts at. You know, some people are like, oh, I want a full row. And then some people are like, give me just like 6 so I can survive like getting one shot and I'm good. Alright, so Futon's gonna get his Paradox goodies, and we'll find the bow and lamp here, along with his second sword. And down goes Moldorm for zerorush. Well, it looks like Moldorm holding out on the Ice Rod today. So we're not going to be wandering around the seed trying to find the Ice Rod if we need it, but usually if you find the Ice Rod early, it's going to be a pendant Turtle Rock. So here goes an interesting find from GT. We'll see if that turns into anything on Ether Tablet. Oh. It's the Fire Rod!
Jet Seed. Cane of Samaria away.
Wow. The book pays off in an Overworld Glitches seed. How about that?
Oh, I wonder if Mire is required. Mire is required, so we do need a medallion at least.
So we're going to need a medallion and the Cane of Samaria. But that's it at this point. Whatever medallion Mire is. And Futon has not been to GT just yet, but may choose to do so after he's done with Hera. Because he's already been to Eastern, and he may not go back right away. Oh, we are going to need Mire as well, because we have Swamp Palace.
Oh, true. So like, Zero Rush probably gonna check Hookshot Cave.
But yeah, so GT is definitely the play to make as soon as you can. And Zero Rush finding just a heart container, pretty much.
And the best boomerang.
So it is Bombos to open up Turtle Rock if we need to, and Zero looks like he might be setting up for a Skullwoods screen wrap here.
I did not know this was a thing.
Yep. After getting that fire rod, that's actually one of the few times that it's actually relevant. You know, it's one of those things that's very situational as to if it's worth doing or not, because if you mess it up, you definitely could hard lock. But Zero Rush showing us off some neat tech there and some really efficient routing after finding that fire rod. Doesn't look like he's gonna check the back of Skullwoods though.
No, because it's
kind of
just
interesting.
pendant.
Well, you could check the chest.
That's true.
I mean, if I came in from from the back, I think I would at least open it and check the chest. But then again, we don't have Mire, so it does take a lot of time. I guess if you had Mire, it'd be a lot more lucrative.
I think we're missing one item in Swamp. I mean, Skullwoods.
Alright, so Futon doing the good old spiral cave, getting a little dizzy.
This is something that Zero Rush decided to skip, so well, it was a good thing to skip.
So where is Futon gonna head after this? We could see him go into the Dark World using the Turtle Rock portal. I think that's probably what he'll do. Yep, he's setting up for that. And Zero Rush gonna go into Thieves Town here. So Futon is gonna go. He does not have the glove, so he has to do this back entrance there. So you can clip down onto that rock and just kind of jump down, which will take you back to the top of the big screen there, and you can. When you jump down, and you'll land on that island, and you can just walk into the back of Hookshot Cave there. Futon makes it look easy, but that clip is actually pretty precise because if you don't get the right pixels, you can easily just end up stuck down there and not go anywhere. And Zero Rush getting that perfect pixel dash. Very nice. You gotta love it when that happens. So now that Futon is done with the Dark East Death Mountain here, looks like he's probably gonna go down to Catfish from here. Just using a spin speed clip to jump off the ledge there, and then you just do the... Basically, once you jump off that ledge, it'll take you into the past the transition, and you'll do the funny auto walk thing, as it's technically called. And then you can just get right down to Catfish, and that's all he was interested in. I guess then was as good a time as any to check Catfish. But probably a GT play here.
There's Arcane.
Wow, we are in a jet seed.
Yep, one medallion away from go mode. We're not sure what medallion it is.
Medallion and a mirror.
The mirror, yeah, I keep forgetting.
Looks like Futon... Oh, not a GT play. He's going to do the Death Mountain Super Drop. So he's just going to kind of jump down a couple times. And, oh, there we are at the bottom of the map. And now you can just use Swamp Palace to fix your screen. You're going to check the hint while he's here. Getting a rather useless hint. And Zero Rush taking down Blind. So Futon is going to start from the south and work his way north, probably. And we'll see what Hype Cave has for us today. Can't have a whole lot at this point. Like, we have found a lot already. And it is Gripe Cave, nothing of value at all. What could be an interesting thing to see is, let's see, what's our... We don't know both of our red crystals, it looks like. Oh wait, no, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Thieves Town and Ice Palace. So, it could be interesting that Mire could be in Pyramid Fairy. Wow. Speaking of jet seeds, one dig.
Looks like we're getting a Magic Mire check for the medallion, probably.
I didn't catch. Where did Futon get that ether?
I honestly have no idea. Would that be on Pyramid Ledge? He was around that area.
But it is the required medallion for Mire, so that is good news for Futon at least.
Mm-hmm.
And there's our mirror.
Well,
so we have seen all of our required items at this point. Yeah, once Zero Rush finds that Ether Medallion, he'll be in go mode. But I can't remember when Futon picked that up. So Zero Rush is going to do at least right side here. So we know our big keys here. Wonder if he'll finish. He may for the checks or may not. Does take a little bit of time. But at least it'll route you back towards the pod area, so might be a good time to finish out GT.
yeah, and then once he goes to, if he finishes GT, he'll find his ether right there if it's on the ledge. But I honestly wasn't
And it looks
paying
like
attention.
chat helping us out. The ether was in the castle. So that could be something that Zero Rush would get to sooner than later now that he has the mirror. He may route that in with a Pyramid Fairy check. Or if he does finish out GT, he will be in the Pyramid area, which will be also a good time to do Castle. Ooh, and Zero Rush taking a death. Meanwhile, Futon having a blast in pod with those turtles. And picking up some health. Much appreciated after being only on 2 hearts. And we just got 10 arrows in the big chest. So Zero Rush looks like he's going to head upstairs. So again, this, after finishing GT would be a good time to route in the castle. And if our ether is in the spot that chat says it is, then Zero Rush may have a very early go mode. Alright, Futon about to fight our Helmasaur King here. So we got other stuff that we can find, but we know where all the required items are. So Futon could find another sword here, which would be a nice thing to have. Ooh, and Zero Rush have to be very careful. It's got that red potion to save him, but down to 1 heart in that room. And Zero Rush experiencing the joys of sword beams, always messing up your damage. Very nicely executed. Quick 1, 2, 3, and up he goes. Meanwhile, Futon is going to continue on. Looks like maybe a pyramid ledge check. I don't think he checked that yet. Because he only checked catfish when he jumped down. And nothing but a red rupee on the ledge. So, looks like he's going to continue on. My guess is... Oh, looks like, yeah, he changed my mind. He's going to go for the hammer pegs over here. Just going to use a spin speed clip to jump right into the moat. And there's our mushroom on Zero Rush side. And so he'll be able to do hammer pegs here. And at least get this out of the way. And there's our flute as well, so Zero Rush may activate it, may not. It's going to be kind of redundant at this point. So Futon is setting up with his screen wrapped, so this has got to be a GT play. I can't imagine anything else. Is he gonna do another super drop?
Looks
wow.
like it.
I am surprised. I guess he's gonna go to the Mire area at this point. Because he hasn't been there. Because he did check the Hype Cave. So, yeah, I guess he's going to head west now. And down goes Agatu for Zero Rush. So we will see if he routes in Castle here.
Hopefully Futon doesn't decide to dive into Mire.
But the good news is he will get his mirror at least here.
True.
And he will have the knowledge that so it looks like Zero Rush is going to skip the castle. That's good news for Futon. So looks like Futon is going to dip Mire, so won't be able to complete it without the cane, but looking hopefully find on, you know, he's thinking, you know, I got to hopefully find something here, you know, some kind of progression. This, I would say, is a bit of a gamble on his part.
Yeah, looks like Zero Rush is gonna do the pod EP play, the pod Eastern play.
Yep. Because you got 2 items in Misery Mire, and you don't have the cane, so I'd say this is definitely kind of a calculated gamble here. But yeah, the one thing that's going to hold Zero up is the only other opportunity that he's really going to have to make a nice routing of the castle is checking Pyramid Fairy. So I don't know when he's going to try that, but if he goes Pyramid Fairy, he's almost definitely going to do castle as well. Because I'd be shocked if anybody did Pyramid Fairy Mirror Wrap and didn't do Castle. And Futon gonna use the good old lamp strats here. Alright, so let's see if he goes straight to the back. Yep. He sees all we've got is dungeon equipment left. Alright, so we got our silvers. So this Armos Knight is going to be done in a blink of an eye. Speaking of done, deathFouton is done with the Firelock side and will soon be finishing out his adventure in Mire. Again, we know that he won't find much of anything here. Did pick up the powder, so that's a nice little safety there. And we got a red goose, so that's both our items in Mire. Just a couple of safeties there. And it looks like Zero is gonna double check his dungeons here, just to make sure that he knows that all the items he needs. And Futon is gonna go for the item on Landmo here. And we got our Cane of Burna in Turtle Rock. So there's our blue cane, but that's not the cane that Futon is looking for. The one frustrating thing about medallions is when it's much like the ice rod, you know, when you're looking for that last thing in go mode, logic really doesn't apply. You basically, all you know is, well, it's not in Mire, so anywhere else. Much like the ice rod can only not be on Trinex, it can be pretty much anywhere else. Looks like Zero is going to go for the bomb jump here. And Futon is going to clip out of the Mire area and head on over to Stumpy. See what Stumpy's got for us today. And then probably head over to Dig Game to get that one dig prize. And Futon going to do some up teleports here so he can get into the Village of Outcasts without having those Titan's mitts. But he will be able to get the Canis Mara here when he goes into Thieves Town after probably checking these buildings. Meanwhile, Zero is just about done clearing out Palace of Darkness here. Alright, so straight to the back. Gonna go kill Helmosaur King. And Futon starting Thieves Town, so once he gets to that maiden chest, we'll be able to pick up that Cane of Samaria and get another progression item. So I would say that, of course, Ether is going to be a difficult one for Zero Rush to stumble across. Castle is not a favorite of people's routing in Overworld glitches. But Futon, once he gets to GT, will have access to pretty much the rest of his kit, but it's going to have to take him to check Ether Tablet, which isn't a hard check, but it's again one of those things that's kind of out of the way. So could check it early, could check it late. And Zero Rush on the Helmosaur King. Just gotta hammer his face in until the mask cracks here. Counted them hits and put a silver arrow between the eyes, and down he goes. Alright, so Zero Rush has Swamp, Ice, and Mire left for crystals. And a lot of times people don't like doing Swamp and Ice without being in go mode, but looks like he's going all in on dungeons. And with the Cane of Samaria, it may prompt Futon to go to GT, even though it only opens up a couple of checks unless he's willing to do the lamp strats on the right side. But it is a option for him to full clear GT now. And no gloves, so we'll have to go around the long way. Futon onto blind here. And Zero just getting a B-Torp off of Bombo's tablet. And it does look like he is going to go into Swamp. And Futon is going to check our magic bat to see what we are going to get today. And Magic Bat bestows upon us a curse of arrows. Just a bunch of sticks. So Futon is going to dip into Skull Woods here and give it a check. Going to start from the middle and work his way backwards. Wonder when we're going to run into our next sword here. We're going to have a lot of checks on Zero's side coming up here. We know that the big chest is a heart container, I believe. Not just a heart container, the Sank heart container. And Zero is going to skip left side. So, don't blame him. Not a lot of people like to check that left side swamp. Some people are fans.
Wonder if Futon will finally go climb GT.
He's got the mirror. Oh, he's gonna be headed through the back of Escape.
I assume Futon knows he can go to GT.
Yeah, I'm not sure as to what rationale he's using, for GT. Maybe waiting for Fire Rod. Not sure, but right now it seems like he's got other priorities. And 1 silver to Argus takes him down. And there's the Titan's Mitts. So that'll make things easier. But Titan's Mitts not really required. And Zero is going to go back for left side. And Futon finding another medallion in Escape. So Escape had 2 medallions today.
Looks like Zero is going for left side swamp.
And is this going to be our GT check from Futon? Spin the wheel. He does have a mirror, so this could be Pyramid Fairy.
Oh. Interesting.
Not sure if he changed his mind or felt he didn't do something correctly. Maybe we're gonna get a Turtle Rock dip here.
That's what it looks like. Nope.
Because you don't need to reset your camera for GT. Yep. It looks like that's the direction he's gonna go. So he could check all of Turtle Rock except for the Fire Rod locked chests, if the big key is not behind those Fire Rod locked chests. And nothing but red mail, and we got a second item, it looks like, and a red rupee. Alright, so Zero Rush headed to Ice. And after Ice, he's gonna probably full clear Ice here. And then after Ice, basically is gonna have to come down to any number of Overworld checks that Zero Rush has. He hasn't done the biggest amount of them. There are still some isolated things. I suppose he doesn't have a whole lot left. And as always, he could dip some pendant dungeons as well. And Zero Rush picking up a tempered sword on that first chest in Ice Palace. That's a nice find. So the Ganon fight with red mail and silvers and tempered sword will be rather smooth. So Futon's going to go to the front and check the hint and may just exit out the front at this point. Doesn't have the big key, so there's no point in going back to the middle except, well, oh, he's got a hint. The fire rod requires the book. So that's a good hint. Now he's just got to get that book in GT.
Yep. Once he goes to GT, he'll have his flippers. So who knows? I mean, depending what check Zero Rush decides to do after Ice Palace, Futon could get into go mode before Zero Rush.
Yeah, Futon will have to catch up on crystals, but in a go mode state, that's going to be a bit easier to do.
And I guess he's going to check Fat Fairy first, Futon is.
So we are going to see that Pyramid Fairy check here, and that's what Zero Rush is going to need to do to bring himself to Castle, or just walk on up to Castle if he feels like it. Now probably wishing he'd have done Ice Palace first, getting that Zero Rush getting that hint that west side of Swamp Palace is nothing. So basically, for Futon, all it takes for him to get into go mode at this point is just go to GT and clear left side. He will have the book. He will know that it's on one of the tablets. He'll have the flippers. Alright, looks like Futon does have Bombos, so looks like he's gonna go and break into Ice Palace here. But yeah, he was a screed too high. I wasn't sure if there was a different method that he was going to use, but because I know there's a few methods, I don't know all of them off the top of my head. But there's various methods you can use to break an Ice Palace. This is the standard one that he's going for here with the Mire. And he doesn't have a glove, so he will not be able to complete Ice Palace. Alright, so he's just going to use the Mire on the same frame that he transitions to the left. Doesn't get it there. Here's where our screen starts to look, and there he gets it. So he just walks out and goes up. He needs to go... Yep. Keep back to the right a little bit. There we go. And now he just walks off to the right. And he will be inside the fenced-off area in Ice Palace. And So our runners are going to high five a little bit here at Ice Palace, Zero Rush finishing, and Futon starting. All right, looks like Zero is going to go back of escape. So this might be the play to front of escape.
Yep. Looking good in his favor right now.
All right, so Zero is starting off on the mountain, and we might see that Pyramid Fairy clip into front of escape here. Oh, it looks like he's going to do Graveyard Ledge first here. All right, so Zero Rush. Oh yeah, I thought it looked like he started at Sank there for a moment, but that was just the game lagging behind on the screen at least. All right, so this looks like it might be a Pyramid Fairy setup. We're gonna get Spike Cave. And this won't reset the camera, so... But he is going to save and quit out. And we're starting at Link's house.
Looks promising.
Well,
Oh.
I would... Like I said, I don't think we've had a Pyramid Fairy hint, so... I would say that he would do Pyramid Fairy into the front of escape here. That would be the best, the most efficient routing there. But let's see, where could he be headed now?
Vanilla? The regular way to do a Pyramid Fairy, I guess?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Wow. Here we are, folks, in the Overworld Glitches tournament bracket stages, seeing the bomb actually being carried to Pyramid. Well, I guess this is still a good time if he mirrors back to...
What?
I'm not sure what's going on right now. All right, gonna get those, and
The mirror.
he's got the mirror out. This could be it.
I'm not sure what Futon's doing right now.
Oh, and Zero Rush is going into the front of the castle, so this is gonna be go mode for Zero.
Looks like Futon's gonna go finish Easter Palace.
Yep. It gives him some thinking time. Oh, and he does have the green pendant, so there you go. And there's the Ether. Zero Rush gonna mirror back out and head on over to Mire. Zero Rush in go mode at about 1 hour 16 minutes. So this is gonna be quick. Well, actually, no. I take that back because our big key is locked behind the cutscene today. So it's gonna be a leisurely stroll to the end as we take in a picturesque scene of a wall rumbling. Zero Rush taking a little shortcut there. Now Futon reset his camera, but this still could be a GT play. Nope.
I guess he's gonna go check Laser Bridge, maybe?
Is he going to try? I'm not sure if he knows the Laser Bridge clip or not, but that's really all he can do.
Yep, looks like the
Yeah, it looks like it. And clips on down the Laser Bridge. And there is the final sword on Laser Bridge and Arcane of Brian. And a shovel. So he's going to go backwards to check Crystal Roller Room and get that last check-in. Yeah, Zero Rush is going to probably check every chest except for the cutscene here, because when you're in go mode, you don't want to have to do cutscene.
Futon's gonna go check out the shovel spot, probably. Nope, I guess I'm wrong. Or, never mind.
And will he skip it? Yep. I don't blame him. I would do the same thing. When you're in go mode, you just avoid trying to have to do that cutscene, but unfortunately for Zero, he's going to have to do it today. Oh, here comes the GT play for Futon. Not gonna get the hook speed, just gonna clip it through, and all he's gotta do is left side, and he will have everything he needs to be in go mode. Technically, he'll be in no mode since he knows that the fire rod is on a tablet, but let's hope he doesn't leave.
Oh.
Well,
don't blame him.
I I mean, I could see it too. Fire Rod definitely blocks a lot. You know, in terms of, well, it doesn't block too much, but it feels like it does. And here comes that Fire Rod. Or maybe he's just gonna grab it and then go back into GT, so that he can
To the right
full clear it.
Yeah. I would assume so.
Because that makes sense as well.
Or let's say he's doing the fire of TR.
And yep, and it looks like he's gonna go. He's just gonna gamble. Probably feels super behind at this point, and is just gonna say, "Well, it better be on Turtle Rock, somewhere obscure, and for, you know, for me to get back in this." All right, we're at Vitreous. Zero Rush gonna make quick work. All right, so Zero is just gonna save and quit, and probably use the Link's House portal there to get to Ganon. All right, so we're gonna get a Ganon fight again with the setup that Zero Rush has. This will be a comfortable fight. Looks like Futon is going to clip on down to Laser Bridge here to finish out Trinet. Very nice 1-1. We're into phase 3 here on Zero Rush's end, and Futon is about to take on Trinex. Just misses that torch glitch there, but will not really need it with silvers. And Futon getting rewarded with the Vanilla Turtle Rock medallion. That's the medallion we generally need in Vanilla to open up Turtle Rock. So GG's to Zero Rush. And Zero Rush finishing with an official SRL first place time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 32 seconds. And it looks like Futon has put in a forfeit in SRL. So we're gonna see if we get people in here for interviews. Looks like Zero is going to join us. We are joined by Futon, GG's, and how do you feel about this seed?
You know, sometimes you make a lot of silly plays, and you gotta make a lot more silly plays to make up for silly plays, and it just gets worse and worse. And then GT's just standing there with 27 items, and you're like, nah, we'll do something else.
Did
Yeah.
you do the pedestal though?
We are also joined by Zero Rush in here. GG's and congrats.
Yo, good games. That was a really dumb seed.
You might have your mic like a mile from your face.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Good games.
GG's.
You
Yeah.
gotta stop
Hold the
ignoring.
pedestal. No. No.
We were so excited every time it looked like you were going to head to GT. Is like, is this it? Because if you had headed to Ganon's Tower, there was a chance that, you know, because that Ether Medallion was the last on Zero's list. Like, he just went straight dungeons, and that
Yeah.
Ether was kind of in an obscure location.
I mean,
I don't
was
remember.
it was the first chest in Hyrule Castle. To be honest, maybe I
Wow.
should have done Hyrule Castle after Ganon's Tower when I was right there, since I had Mire. Maybe that's my takeaway here.
Man, I had
Since
that before I went to Kakariko.
I did not go in there at all.
I would Sahasra Eastern immediately because I figured maybe Eastern will just give me a free win. It didn't. So then, since I had 10 bombs from Sahasra, I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna clear escape and hope for something big there. It also didn't. Well, it did, but you know.
Then you find
Use
Bo
it.
immediately.
Yeah, that was upsetting. Find Bo like right after I went to Eastern. I was like, it's gonna be okay. I've already seen all the items. I don't have a mirror. I won't need to go back there until I'm in go mode. So I was hoping for that, and then mirror was somewhere easy too. And everything went wrong. I'm working my way over to pulling a pendant right now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this seed was honestly pretty straightforward. There was some lightly hidden items, but overall it was just like everything was just handed to you, which is kind of nice in some ways, but in others, when you're just missing that one item, you know, it's just
Yeah.
like, well, this sucks.
I swear I've had Moon Pearl in the mini Moldorm cave like 75% of the time.
Yeah, I was about to avoid it. I went up the mountain and I was just like, that's a bad idea. I keep getting important things there, so I just decided to use that opportunity to go to graveyard and stuff like that so that I wouldn't skip on it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but my moon pearls always end up in Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's a bad one. I'm glad I haven't seen that one in about a year now.
It's better than Moon Pearl in Swamp or Skullwoods, I think.
Yeah, I hate that one. I don't want a bunny clip. It's easy. I just don't want to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just bunny stuff is just so slow, and you can only do a little bit at a time, and it just doesn't feel good. So it's like I hate that stuff too. But you know, we've been seeing a lot of free moon pearls this tournament.
Yeah, one of the hardest things I've actually almost half my races now. I think fire rod's always been like the last item in the game. Always super late.
Surprisingly, had really good luck with lantern the past few seeds.
Oh yeah. I really wish I did East Death Mountain before I went into Hera. That was upsetting.
Yeah. I went into Hera first too, but I mean, it's not that much time.
Well, yep. So I know that they're trying to get stuff done early here so that they can make sure they have enough time to set up for the next event on this channel. So do you have any final thoughts on the seed or the tournament? Anything?
No, this went about how I expected it to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I've actually been learning a lot of new clips this tournament compared to last one. And I did make sure to learn the hookshot cave clip just in case this time, but then I found gloves anyway, so didn't need
Where
it.
were gloves? Like just GT or? Oh, the other one was Argus, right? Okay.
Yeah, Rando Room, I think. Or, yeah, gloves and flippers are right next to each other, and then mitts were on Argus.
Yeah. I was like, first thing I did in the Dark World was do the stuff to catfish, like East Death Mountain catfish, and then I was about to go to GT, and I was like, no, Zero Rush told me he goes here like immediately, so I'm just gonna delay this for a long time. Maybe it won't matter. Bad idea.
It's only 10% of the items in the game. I'm sure it's fine.
I don't know if there's like a pre-fill for GT and Overworld glitches. I can't remember.
There is not.
Okay, so I'm gonna go there from now on. I always assumed it was added at one point because back when Willard and I played a lot of Overworld glitch co-ops, every single time we ever played it, GT was a complete waste of time. So we got sick of going there. So now me and Willard have this like Overworld glitches mindset of GT is always bad. Don't go there until you absolutely have to.
Yeah, I think early on it still used the junk fill that regular had,
Yeah.
but I want to say they changed it at some point.
Maybe. I would love for some maybe announcements for the glitched community for when these things happen, because I haven't been aware of almost every change until like mid-race someone tells me. It's like someone in the race channel is like, oh yeah, I clicked into hookshot game. I'm just like, oh, that's in logic, is it? Great. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I have to say, props to you, Zero, for doing the the Skullwoods map wrap. That was pretty entertaining to watch, and I think that's the first time anyone's done it in a race this tournament.
Yeah, it worked out the seed because I wanted to go to Village of Outcasts anyway, so might as well just clear the front of Skullwoods on there.
Yep. But that'll about do it. We've got the Magic the Gathering Arena coming up on this channel at 9. So if you're into Magic the Gathering, stay tuned. We've got some action coming your way very soon. I have been H6C Jetters, and make sure you give these runners a follow, not follows a runner. So that I'm sure they'd appreciate that. And any final thoughts, Jerry?
No, not really. It was I mean, like I said, I'm kind of new to OWG, so it's just nice to see and just go along for the ride.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for commentating and restreaming, and good games to Futon.
GG's. Got you going to the end against Shirame, so make that happen.
No problem. Who even is Glenn?
I know. GG's. Thanks for commentating, Egg Chixie and Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thanks for tracking it, DMN.
And thanks for putting on a great race for us. And we will see you all later.